Right guys, welcome back to some more Warno. Today we've got ourselves a game on Black Forest, playing ranked, and we're bringing in 1st Armoured, going up against 82nd Airborne. And obviously at the moment, the British aren't very good. Helis and planes are pretty dominant, and the Brits have pretty bad AA, so I thought they'd bring them in as a bit of a challenge. And we definitely got a challenging matchup here. 82nd, obviously, very strong air and heli play. And for Black Forest, with an airborne division there, very good as well. We're on the new Black Forest, the dual variant. This definitely should be interesting. On my opening, I've got SAS Patrol, kind of heading to the open areas. Some paras with the Carl Gustav and SAS Patrol heading up to Charlie. Backed up some other scouts, plenty of javelins, javelin ML, opened with a tornado just to kind of scout out the skies, as I wanted to be ready for a strong heli opening. See a Kyle warrior on the way, and oh yeah, what's that? It's the massive blob of helis. He's got some ATAS in there which take out my tornado, which is very unfortunate. Kiowa takes down the SAS Patrol, and I know I'm in a bit of trouble now. I've kind of got a solid position up here. I've got more javelin MLs going that way. I've got these guys I'm going to unload. Tractor APs moving up to unload and kind of set up an AA position back here. And this guy's heading over this way, but you can see Kyle Warrior, Apache Rocket, 3 tow cobras there, and then it's 4 ATAS. So this is quite the force of helis going up against here. We've got there 9 helis, and they're just mopping my units up. So I'm definitely in some trouble. I've got the Harrier kind of circling. This guy is pretty slow, and it's got the AA missiles and a decent gun. So I'm going to try and swing this in to take out more units, whilst my AA opens fire. Obviously, the AA misses, Tractor Repair goes down. Managed to kill one of the ATAS, which is pretty handy. Take out the Kiowa, so it's the recon dead. Take out another ATAS. So this is going okay-ish. Like, the RG has really fucked me there. Or the AA goes down. I've already got more on the way. I should have moved the Chieftain way out the back here just to protect it. I've kind of left it there, unfortunately. See an Eagle coming in now. Takes out that Harrier. I've got 3 tractor rapiers heading in. I'm desperately trying to take out these helicopters. On the rest of the map, I've just kind of set up, trying to lock down this position here so he can't get any CVs into Charlie, so this bleed doesn't go on too much, as he is starting to cap these zones. Chieftain trying to stay alive for a bit longer as the javelin engages. Manages to hit one of the ATAS again. Manages to take that out. Gets a critical hit on the other one. Takes that one out as well, so that's 2 more of the ATAS down. We're down to 3 tow cobras and the Apache. My track rapiers have come out now, and I bring in a ton of warriors as well, as the autocannon should kind of help out against this. But we get 1 miss from the track rapier, 2nd miss from the track rapier, 3rd miss, 4th miss. Finally, the 5th and 6th missiles hit. I switch targets to the Apache Rocket because that's the more dangerous target. We finally get 1 hit there, miss again, and that's all the tractor rapiers dead. So, really not great for us. I'm trying to get the Gazelles out so I can at least get an eye on what's going on to help my guys engage. I've got more javelins on the way. I see a CV coming in now. So I'm like, right, okay. He's going to cap Delta. Bravo's still uncapped. Charlie's still uncapped. I push here. I get this Fox around the back. I want to try and snipe any units that are coming in so I can delay his infantry and tanks setting up positions so I can push back a bit easier. Get another tornado in. Goes after the Apache. Manages to hit that, which is really good for me. Go for the head-on with the Eagle. Couple missiles away. I miss all my shots on the Eagle, which is really unfortunate. And then I try and evac, but he gets on the tail. Maybe I should have pursued after the Eagle to try again, but I think I lose this tornado. No, he just manages to survive. Very lucky for me. So I keep pushing these guys. I want to try and get aggressive as he's pulling back with tow cobras. I bring the Gazelle up because I figure he's going to be getting a CV into this zone, so I want to spot that. Over on this side, I've got my Carl Gustav both together here, which I think is a bad idea, and I'm going to move one of these eventually over to this side, so I can block off these 2 roads from a CV coming. So let's see the Bradley getting in position here. Javelin and Amel getting shots on those toe cobras. But I've got these warriors, and they're going to push up across this open ground here. I'm going to try and re-attack into Foxtrot. Fox is in good position, blocking off that reinforcement road. Obviously my opponent's got this one over here he can still use. Got this CV coming in, Gazelle's coming in, I got more Warrior Milans, I got another CV coming up this way, heading towards Charlie. And right now he's building up a lead, he's got +6, so it's 5 minutes to victory for him. And we're just trying to stay calm. I know I've got a decently solid position here where I can push back. I've killed a lot of the helicopters. And so I just need to make sure I get my recon out, get my warriors out so I can cover plenty of ground with some good fire support. And more AA. See another javelin coming up here, getting it into that church. So I've got a nice little AA neck starting to form. Some more javelins coming out. I did bring a lot of AA with this deck. And there you go. You see me bringing that Carl Gustav over to this side so I can block off those roads. This Rover's going to push up now. I still need to be aggressive. I've only got 15 minutes before he gets the full cap. See the Bradley starting to push forwards here, and I'm trying to micro and engage with my warriors. Luckily we both missed there, hoping I would be able to kill him. So I bring this one back to reset the targeting, and then bring these guys forward so I can engage all the 80 gems at once. But he does smoke off, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Push this warrior up, and then these guys a little bit more to the right. I want to try and engage him when he gets out of the smoke. Managed to do that, but I think he's going to get way into the trees. This Gazelle's just keeping an eye on this side road, so nothing sneaks past as I'm pushing forwards here. Now I've got the infantry just pushing up this way, and I'm using these quite aggressively. I suspect he hasn't got much AA, so I'm just trying to get eyes on where I can push and what I can take out.
Good job, Gunner.
I've got another CV coming in here, just so I can have a few on the front line if I'm going to be contesting.
Good job, Gunner.
Gazelle rockets start pushing up as well. This warrior gets in a bad spot and gets taken out. I haven't got recon here, so I push up this Gazelle with these warriors, trying to take out that Bradley I know is hidden away in there. Get some decent shots on it, and then the 80 gems do manage to hit. So we take that out. Toe Cabra's pushing back this side, not great. I've got a Gazelle rocket swarm, and that's going to be used to clear out the infantry in these buildings. Now, I spot the CV just back here, so I know it's there. And then it retreats just out of line of sight, which is unfortunate. Infantry is a bit overextended here, so I try and push them away, trying to save them, but they might go down to these toe cobras. I think they're out of missiles, which is pretty lucky for me. M1 IP Abrams starting to push forwards now as well.
Damn, that was close.
And you can see here, I'm still probing over this side. He's really not paying attention, so start to lock down this position here. Got the Spartan all the way down here, so I know this road is 3. So I'm going to exploit that a bit later on. Bring in a cluster. I'm going to try and take out the Abrams early on, so it doesn't really cause any problems. And it's kind of anchoring his defensive position at the moment, so I want to take that out as early as I can. And just put him on the back foot. See a toe 2 in here, and another one in here. These really cause me problems. Stun the Abrams, don't manage to kill it unfortunately. We see an OH-58 coming out. So that's even more helicopters. Obviously, not a crazy one, but the Stinger on that's pretty good. Eagle comes in, another Harrier dead. It's unfortunate. Javelin's unloaded now.
All ammo spent.
And yeah, trying to take out these two TOTs here. See my CV over here? I'm just going to drive it into the zone. Anything to stop this tick for a little bit.
Just get me out of
And then I start to bring in another tank. I want to build up my fire support and firepower. You see more warriors coming in. The more I can do this, the more I can take out his infantry and overwhelm the forces on the ground. But yeah, like I said, this TOT causing problems. This one's still alive here. I'm trying to take that out. But as I take Alpha, my opponent gets into Delta. His CV was still alive down here. And so I'm like, right, let's send this CV. I can't push it into the zone yet, so let's just send it straight back down to here. And then this one's kind of in a weird spot. Like I think there's a bit of a bug at the moment. Like it should be capped in the zone. I do notice this in a moment. where I move it a bit further in, and then it finally comes in. Yeah, a bit weird, but finally get that, and we cap Alpha. So yeah, opponent's very high on points at the moment. Got another Harrier coming in here, and I think this is going after the CV for this zone. And I've capped this zone over here as well. So Foxtrot I've taken, and then look, we see a ton of Cobras coming in, so that's 4 Cobras and another tow Cobra. And obviously this is a very bad spot, these Javelins are fucked basically. Trying to get the Rover out there, but that gets taken out. Oh my god, just not going well. Not going well at all. I recap this zone here, and I'm like, right, I know he's got a CV over here, so I bring the Gazelle out, a couple Foxes, and I'm going to go hunt that down. He's pushing forwards with these Cobras now. Javelin and Mel starting to get shots on them. Do take out a tow Cobra, hit the Humvee, and take that out, so that's another CV dead. These guys are getting in a rough spot for me. Unfortunately, I still haven't got enough AA out, so I've got 4 more Javelins coming in. Another Cobra goes down there, but I'm really taking a beating here. Find that CV. So Foxes, gonna head in, take that out. And I'm gonna keep this CV. I'm just gonna run this one away. I'm gonna try and keep it safe. Try and run it back towards these Javelins so I can try and keep it alive. And then as that's going on, I'm pushing this Chieftain up and these armoured rifles and try to take this tank out. I pulled this CV out. I didn't want it to get sniped in Alpha, and then I'm bringing this Fox up because no reinforcements has gone along this road, so I'm going to head here and try and cut off these roads. In the back, my CV does get caught and taken out by the Cobras. I unload the Javelins, but they can't quite get the kills on them, which, yeah, does suck for me. Now, CV is taken out. As you can see, he's neutralised Foxtrot, captured it back, so points are now equal, but he's definitely in a position where he can take back Alpha. So just going to scout here,
Need some extra eyes, sir.
pushing up, spotting these Cobras. I got my Foxes pushing straight towards them.
Yes,
Engage the autocannon a bit, and then if I get in trouble I can always smoke off.
out on ammo.
Yeah, so smoke off there. Keep these guys alive, back them away. Going to get my Tornado in, just a gun run. Really want to take these guys out. You can see my Fox in the perfect position here. Managed to take out the Sheridan Command. And that's because his main road of reinforcement is down here, or here. So he's going to be sniping things there. Really good spot for it. Take out Cobra, which is good. The other one's pushing over my Javelin, which is slowly running out of ammo here. Finally runs out of ammo.
Bandits ahead. Ready to engage.
I believe my Chieftain Mark 11 was taken out by a Tow 2, which is very unfortunate for me. Fox is going to cover off both of these roads so nothing sneaks through again. Javelins are just going to slowly walk their way up to the front line. He has capped this back zone, so he's got another +2. Again, these points just ticking up. Going to get my CV back into the zone so I can at least contest it. Got a Chieftain Command coming in, Tracked Rapier, some rifles,
Well done,
supply
guys.
for my Gazelle rockets, another Fox, more Gazelles. I'm just trying to use this Fox quite aggressively, trying to take stuff out. Do manage to take out that Avengers Parrot AA, which is good for me, but then he gets ambushed by the Tow Cobra, and I think this is a Bradley. Rifles finally push up and take out the Abrams. You can see I've pushed the CV back in over here, and then I've got my Harrier coming in. This Terrier's Parrot did engage some airborne here, but I didn't want him to stick in the fight and just lose it, because I knew he would. So I'm waiting until my Harrier's a bit closer, can find him again. I'll pop the Terrier's Parrot back, or I should have. I've changed my target over to this airborne, because it was endangering my CV. I lose the Harrier, but I keep the CV alive. For now at least. And then you can see my rifles pushing forward, armored rifles pushing up aggressively, and then the Chieftain's just going to push straight into the zone here. I need to stop this tick. This is really bad. He's gaining a lot of points. And it's pretty hard to gain points on Black Forest or like come back if you're down loads. So it's important I don't let that tick up too high. I tried to get this Harrier to come in and take out this tow Cobra to save the Rover, but it arrives a little too late. The Eagle goes down to the Javelins, Harrier gets taken out by the Phantom. Not a good series of events for me. You can see this zone's a little bit exposed now, so I'm setting up some terrorist power up there, and these guys are going to push back into Alpha and then just lock off this road again. See, I've got more supplies coming in, I've definitely got a much better position, and I'm starting to attack Foxtrot again. Another tornado coming in, going after that Cobra. I want to keep up this pressure, make sure we can take out those helis. So I'm no longer trying to protect all my units with my slowly diminishing amount of AA.
Bandits ahead. Ready to engage.
So again, using my Gazelle very aggressively, trying to spot these units here. So he's got the fire team, so I do need to be careful. I was trying to get my Fox onto target to take out this Bradley, but I decided to back out that engagement. Don't think it's worth it. I'm going to wait until I've got more forces to push this engagement into my favour. Eagle taking out my Tornado. Very unfortunate for me. These Eagles were very problematic. I've got this Tornado pushing in, which I'm going to use to take out the Bradley, and then I've got the Gazelle rockets, which is going to take out the fire team, and then I'm going to be able to push my Foxes very aggressively up through here. Fortunately, the F-15 goes after my Tornado and manages to stun it and make it fall back, but we do take it out in revenge with the 4 stack of Javelins tracked right here in Javelin NMLs. So, decided to just push up with my Foxes, push with the Gazelle rockets. They hit the Bradley. Unfortunately, don't manage to take it out before it kills the one Fox, but they kill the fire team as well, and then I can push forward with this Fox here.
One less enemy.
This takeover is just kind of forced back by this Javelin NML, who is slowly running out of ammo. Not good for me. Got another Chieftain command tank heading up over this way to come for Foxtrot.
Beware.
The Javelins are slowly getting towards the front line. Got another Avengers Paras coming forward, and I see that coming, so I push the Fox up. I'm like, right, no worries. I'll just go kill that with these. And then I think I lowered the altitude on the Gazelle rockets, or land them. Obviously a bit late. Yeah, there you go. Do that now. But the Avenger Para goes down, which is a great kill for me. I see this moving across, and I can see it's moving slowly, and by the outline I can tell it's a tank, and then I finally do spot it. So I'm like, right, that's a bit of an issue. Especially because my command tank was pushing over here to try and cap this a little bit sooner. So I've kind of got to stop that. I don't want to get side shot if this pushes forward. So I need to be a bit more careful there. And so yeah, I take this route, and then I think I realised that I actually got this one coming in. So not sure if I do it. I might just carry on with that. You can see Terry's Paris start to push back into the town now, trying to get into a decent position, and I realise I'm not going to win this fight. This is just wasting my units, so I'm going to pull them back to this building and just hold there for the moment, get myself set up, and prepare more supporting fire for engagement further down the line. You can see Harry's going to come in, so I'm going to bomb this area and then push in after the bombing run. So I see them pushing forwards into these 2 buildings, so I'm going to drop it in the middle of these 2 buildings. It's got 4 500 kilogram bombs, so the spread should do good damage to both of them. So you take out one, takes out 2 guys of the other unit, and does a ton of suppression damage. The airborne's still hanging on. My terrorist power is not in a great spot there. And as you can see, I've pushed very aggressively here. Fox is pushed up, cutting off the reinforcement. Gazelle rockets, kind of keeping an eye over this side. Javelins continuing to push forwards. Got more supplies into the centre here, just reinforcing all my rifles. Various units like that. More rifles coming up here, getting ready for a push into Alpha again. Supply heading over this way to make sure my Javelins have still got a good amount of ammo. And then yeah, more warrior
I
Milans.
hear you loud and
My
clear.
advantage is in all the fire support I can bring in, so I want to keep bringing those out. And trading with his heavier units, like the Abrams and things like that. Because I will get overwhelming fire support eventually. And that's what's going to swing these fights, these engagements. Take out the OH-58. Obviously not before it's taken out all my Gazelle rockets. But not too bothered by that at this point. See, I've got another command tank coming up in the Terrier's Para. And I brought these in because I was like, he snuck the CV round once. He's probably going to do it again. So I tuck the CV tank in here, just as a backup. And I know I can use it later if I want to. And I bring a Terrier's Para over to here, because I've got no units on this side. I'm like, this is ripe for a flanking maneuver. So I just kind of want to watch that, and I bring another unit here just to do that and keep an eye out. And that's sort of like understanding what your opponent's doing or what you think he's going to do. If he's snuck a CV once before, he's probably going to do it again, so be prepared for it. Now, as you can see, we're on a +2, which gives us a victory in 21 minutes and 35 seconds. See, the timer is not that much time, but that's for it to get to 2,000 points, so this will still give us the victory. We should be kind of up here, and we'll get the win. But I don't want to leave that to chance, especially if you can sneak CVs in. So I'm really thinking I want to get a position into Alpha or push over to Echo. But I've got time. I don't need to be overly aggressive. I don't need to try and start losing units unnecessarily. He brings over this Abrams and things like this, and he's really putting these out of position. I've got two different angles here I can engage with the chieftains. And I did that with a Bradley. I side-shotted it, side-shot that Abrams, smoke this guy off, and just pull him back. Supply coming in straight away. And that's what you want to do when you're fighting enemy tanks. Engage from multiple angles, and you can make the fights really easy for you. And obviously, our opponent overextended his tank there. His ground play leaves a lot to be desired. If your crutch is just to heli rush people, yeah, you're not going to fare too well once your helis are all dead.
Ready to fire.
Bring in a 4 stack of mortars, as I think this is the perfect tool to just crack open this town. I don't want to get stuck in a infantry fight in there because his troops are better than mine. They're airborne, they got higher veterancy, they've got more light machine guns and things like that. They're going to do really well in this town fight. So a way to swing that into my favour is just to have a ton of fire support. So that's going to be these mortars. I'm just going to start levelling the town and then pushing in after that. Another key to this is I'm going to start positioning myself around the town. So I want to kind of push up here, try and cut off the reinforcement roads. I want to try and isolate the town a bit, and then he can't reinforce these solid positions, and it will allow me to slowly overwhelm this and gain a foothold. As you can see, Terrier's Para here, just blocking off this crossroads. Chieftain Mark 11 back here, supported by the Chief Javelins. These guys blocking off this road, these guys blocking off this road. So we're set here. We're set to defend Charlie. Got this Chieftain Mark 11 here, just going to push back round this way. I don't want to cross over the open here because I don't want to get a side shot or anything. I'm going to come up behind these forces and we're going to try and get into this corner. In the meantime, you can see my warrior Milan starting to push up aggressively over this way. I'm like, I'm going to see if I can probe, see how far I can push. And then I start to bring in some more Harriers as well. I bring the first one in, going after the Abrams, and I knew where his AA was, so I'd seen it fire, so I went after that as well. I do believe I kill it, but I do go down, which is unfortunate. Warrior Milan's engaging this Abrams in the open. It's one vet, so it gets down to low cohesion very quickly, and slowly becomes pretty useless in a fight. Unfortunately, my Warrior Milans keep missing, and then it's backed up by a Bradley Recon. Recon Bradley, which is not stressed out and does not miss, which is pretty rough for me. He's starting to push his airborne out a bit, and I'm engaging with these rifles, and these guys are low cohesion now. They're losing that fight, so I think in a second I decide to pull these guys back and bring the Terrier's Para up. So just switch that around. No point losing these rifles in engagement that they're already losing, I can bring them back here, I can resupply them, and I can keep this fight going. So I was probably a bit preemptive with my assault here with all these units. They're not all fully rearmed. I haven't got the fire support I want for this fight. So I definitely could have done a better job here. The mortars are only a little bit away, and I should have waited. See, my rifles are still pushing here. I'm like, whatever, just push them forwards. We'll slowly get there.
Yes, Captain.
I start to push these rifles around the back side here. So I can't get a position here, I know that. I'll just push around the back, lock this off here, or search for a CV.
Need some extra firepower.
Mortars are almost there. We can start engaging these airborne, taking them out.
Warning.
F-15 still circling.
Enemy spotted.
Still got to be kind of wary of that. Get my chieftain to move through the woods here, and that's going to start pushing out. And these warriors are going to push around to this side of the woods, so they can provide fire support on this assault and be blocked from these two, which could be problematic for us. Use this fox to help engage these airborne and cut off this crossroads here. Got this Spartan pushing forward so I can get some vision on this reinforcement road. Mortars finally opening fire on all the airborne positions. That'll help us out. And what do you know? CV sneaks into the woods here. I'm like, right, no worries. Get some warriors up here. Send me Terrier's Para to go find them. SES Patrol and Terrier's Para on this side to go find them. I move my chieftain a little bit further into the zone, so I make sure he doesn't get sniped from the back in case he's sneaking any units back here.
Enemy spotted.
I'm like, okay, no worries, we're at a +1. He's stopping my tick, 13 minutes remaining, but we're not bothered, not too worried. You can see, mortars are starting to do their work. I've got the chieftain coming up as fire support, and then I'm starting to push a bit more aggressively now with all my infantry. And this chieftain is making ready to push into the town and contest this zone. I just want to make sure this area is clear. Moving the fox away from the airborne, I can engage the Avengers Para. Over on this side, armed rifles finally get into position to start pushing this zone. It's maybe a bit too aggressive with my warriors here. Well, not this one, but this one, a bit too close to that airborne, and it should probably pay the price. Well, no, airborne misses. Okay, no, that's alright for us. Tornado over here. I think was going for a target, and then spotted the air rifles. These like, right, I'm just going to take that out. The gun run actually killed it, which is pretty impressive. And then yeah, so this zone's cleared again, and thank God I had the CV in there, because that it would have been neutral otherwise, and it was important I kept the tick up. Again, you can see I'm just pushing further and further forwards. Chieftain's providing good fire support. This chieftain finally gets into the zone. Now up to a +3. I've got a victory in 10 minutes, which is less than our timer, so we're in a really good spot. Spot the Sheridan command. I've got 2 more chieftains. 2 chieftain Mark 11s pushing up this way. You can start to see my overwhelming fire support now really having an effect. I've got this guy who's going to push up into this zone in a second. She'll let me cap that. Then these 2 chieftain Mark 11s are going to be backing that guy up. This Abrams might be an issue, so I'll bring this chieftain 9 over to help with this chieftain Mark 11, engage that. I don't want to be fighting it one-on-one. I never want to be fighting tanks one-on-one. On multiple targets. Yeah, I want multiple units to engage the same target. And then another chieftain Mark 9 here. So I've got all my tanks coming in, and I've got a Tornado HE bomber coming in as well. Mortars still firing on these units here. And these guys pushing up aggressively, trying to go after it. Bombs go in. It's not killed, but it's severely stunned and damaged. This chieftain made it into the zone. Did get hit by some AT4s, but I'm just going to smoke it off. Try and keep it safe for a bit as these armoured rifles hold off these Abrams and Bradleys. And they should manage to take them out. Tries pushing up this M1 IP, has to smoke it off and try and pull back, so I've got these 2 chieftain Mark 9s, which are pretty good price, and I don't really care about pushing those forwards too much. He's got another eagle coming over, but I got a lot of AA. Lucky he managed to dodge all that the first time. This tow cobra, not much I can do about that at the moment, but I've got a +7. My victory is in 3 minutes. I spot the Humvee back over here, and I just gonna send these warriors, I think. Oh, no, these guys unload, and then we'll go hunt that down. But you can see our slow roll forwards, just wiping out all of the units one by one, building up our fire support, building up our AA network as we go, and using our strengths as a division to slowly pick apart 80 seconds weaknesses. And oh, would you look at that? Delta got capped again. I'll switch to neutral now so you can actually see this. What had happened is, and I'll explain to Charlie, he had sent airborne leaders to unload over here and walk through the woods. Then he sent a Black Hawk all the way down here, all the way around here, which then landed back at this zone again. So I was like, really? And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So I bomb this CV, wait for this zone to be capped. I'm like, cool, no worries, I'll send this chieftain back down this way as soon as I'm done there. But at that point, it's game over. You can see kills losses, obviously 1 out. Probably 246 at the moment, but yeah, that's how you deal with the heli rush. Bit of a stressful match and not great at the start, but you stay calm and you keep pushing forwards, and usually those players kind of fall apart if their opening doesn't go as well as they were hoping. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.